Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Latif and today I'm trying to explain why Juventus can't use wings effectively. Before starting to watch this video, I have a request from you. If you don't like anything about my videos, if you dislike any of my videos, please indicate on comments. Your opinions are important for me. Now enjoy this video. In statistics, when Juventus plays with 4-4-2 lineup, Ronaldo closes to the right or left wing and they have numerical advantage in the wing with 3 versus 2. But they can't use that numerical advantage effectively. Let's say Ronaldo closes to the right wing. In right wing, Kulusevski and Cuadrado take position too. Cuadrado has the ball and takes position in half space. Ronaldo is in the right wing. And because Ronaldo came to the right wing, Kulusevski takes position in half space. In this situation, Kulusevski's movement is very important to make game. Cuadrado has the ball, so the first pass will come from him. So in this situation, firstly, he can't move without the ball. And also Ronaldo's movement is not confusing to the opponents because he only came to the right wing to take the ball. I mean, his intention is known, taking the ball in the right wing. So Kulusevski's movement plays a key role. First time, Cuadrado can't pass to Kulusevski because if you look at the triangle which one occurs by Kulusevski, Ronaldo and Cuadrado, between Cuadrado and Kulusevski, the opponent's left winger takes position and cuts the connection between them. But there is not any player who cuts the connection between Cuadrado and Ronaldo. Of course, if the opponent's left winger changes position and takes position more close to the left wing, he can cover Ronaldo, but if he is not stupid, he takes position more centrally. Or Kulusevski can take the ball with one easy pass from Cuadrado and they complete the making game comfortably. So Cuadrado passes to Ronaldo. When Ronaldo takes the ball, the opponent's left back closes to him, so the distance between him and center stopper increases. So Juventus players find a great space. But the problem is, they can't use this space effectively. When Ronaldo takes the ball in the right wing, and the opponent's left back closes to him, Kulusevski runs to the forward right wing diagonal, and Ronaldo tries to pass the ball to him. But this making game way is not effective. If you look at the triangle which occurs by Ronaldo, Kulusevski and Cuadrado, before Kulusevski's diagonal run, the triangle's angles have balance. Cuadrado's angle is not much like Ronaldo's or Kulusevski's angle, but it is not a problem, because Cuadrado just has to pass to Ronaldo, and between them, not any of the opponent's players takes position. So Cuadrado can pass the ball to Ronaldo comfortably. Ronaldo and Kulusevski need more angle than Cuadrado, because their making game roles are more difficult. Because if we think that getting closer to the opponent's goalpost, the opponent wants to defend better and don't let us make game. In our situation, when Cuadrado tries to pass to Ronaldo, the opponent's left winger doesn't try to steal the ball from Cuadrado. He just doesn't want to let Cuadrado play directly and dangerously. The opponent is in the set defense and Cuadrado doesn't take position closer to the opponent's goalpost. So Cuadrado can pass to Ronaldo comfortably. But when Ronaldo takes the ball from Cuadrado, the opponent's left back closes to him and doesn't let him play comfortably, because he knows if Ronaldo can pass the ball to his teammates comfortably, Juventus can be so dangerous for them, because now the ball is closer to the opponent's goalpost. So for Ronaldo to pass the ball to his teammates, he needs more angle. The angles of the triangle become unbalanced as Kulusevski runs diagonally forward to the right wing, and when Kulusevski is in the right wing, his angle is too small, so it means probably Ronaldo can't pass the ball to Kulusevski easily, and even he can pass to Kulusevski, Kulusevski can't be effective. You can say, but Ronaldo's angle is still so much. Yes, Ronaldo's angle is still so much, but to pass Kulusevski, Kulusevski's angle has to be much too. Because for two players to pass each other, it requires an angle to accept the pass from somebody and an angle to pass the ball to somebody. In this situation, Ronaldo's angle to pass the ball to somebody is much, so he can pass the ball to Kulusevski. But the problem is, Kulusevski's angle to accept the pass from somebody is not enough to pass the ball to each other effectively, so they can't be effective. Also, first of all, probably Ronaldo can't pass to Kulusevski because between Kulusevski and Ronaldo, the opponent's left back takes position, so the opponent's left back can cut the connection between them easily. Secondly, probably even if Kulusevski takes the ball from Ronaldo, he can't be effective. Because when he takes the ball, he is in the right wing and the opponent center stopper was following him already because the opponent center stopper was free. So when Kulusevski takes the ball in the right wing, the opponent center stopper marks him. Kulusevski remains 1 versus 1 in right wing and he hasn't much space to dribble. The opponent center stopper tries to take the ball from him, and Kulusevski can't pass the ball to anyone. Ronaldo is too far away from the ball, and before Ronaldo comes, the opponent's left back can come more quickly than Ronaldo, because he is closer to the ball than Ronaldo. Also, not any center midfielder can help Kulusevski because they are too far away from him too. So in this situation, the best thing which one can happen is Kulusevski uses his body and doesn't let the opponent center stopper steal the ball and waits for support. And then passes to his teammates and all attack organizations have to start again. Because with that waste of time, the opponent's players can take their set defense positionings again. Juventus can be more effective in this situation. Now, let's go back to the situation before Kulusevski's diagonal run. The triangle has balance. Kulusevski has to keep the triangle's balance but also move smartly. If he closes to Ronaldo from half space, he can take the ball free. And as you see, this time, the triangle which one occurs by Ronaldo, Kulusevski and Cuadrado has balance. Cuadrado's angle is not much, but as I explained, he doesn't need much angle in this situation. And if you remember, he wants to increase Kulusevski's angle. And in this situation, his angle is much enough. At the same time, Ronaldo's angle to pass the ball to somebody and Kulusevski's angle to accept a pass from somebody is much enough. So, Kulusevski can take the ball from Ronaldo comfortably. But for Kulusevski to take the ball free, his move and a balanced triangle is not enough. Juventus other players have important roles too. Normally, Morata wasn't taking position close to Kulusevski. In this situation, he has to change his position. He has to pull the opponent's left stopper. When he pulls the opponent's left stopper to himself, Kulusevski can take the ball free. If he moves to the left stopper and then runs to the opponent's defense line's back, the opponent's left stopper has to follow Morata because now Morata poses danger to the opponent's left stopper. Also, Bentancur has to pull the opponent's defensive midfielder to himself. Normally, the opponent's defensive midfielder already matches with Bentancur, but in this situation, when Kulusevski closes to Ronaldo from half space to take the ball, the opponent's defensive midfielder sees him, because he faces to Juventus' right wing, and it means he can change his position and cover Kulusevski. To prevent this situation, Bentancur has to move to center diagonal. I said diagonal because if Bentancur moves to center in a straight way, the opponent's defensive midfielder can realize that he has to cover Kulusevski, because when Bentancur moves straight to center, if he stands in the opponent's shoes, his post danger level doesn't change, because he doesn't close to the opponent's goalpost. At the same time, he gets away from the ball and doesn't pose more danger to the opponents, so he can't convince the opponent's defensive midfielder that he can be dangerous. With a diagonal move, he can convince the opponent's defensive midfielder that he can be dangerous. When he moves diagonal to center, he gets away from the ball like straight move. But with diagonal move, his post danger level increases if he stands in the opponent's shoes, because at the same time, he moves forward and closes to the opponent's goalpost. So in this situation, the opponent's defensive midfielder has to be more careful about Bentancur. So his focus on Bentancur will increase, and it means the possibility of the opponent's defensive midfielder decide to keep covering Bentancur increases. But if you think the worst situation, the opponent's defensive midfielder can realize that he has to cover Kulusevski and let Bentancur free, because he was already seeing Kulusevski's move, so it is normal that he closes to Kulusevski and covers him. But with Bentancur's diagonal move, Juventus can still make game. When the opponent's defensive midfielder sees Kulusevski and close to him, Kulusevski will have a little bit time to be effective with the ball before the opponent's defensive midfielder covers him. When he takes the ball, he can see Morata because the opponent's defensive midfielder close to Kulusevski from right. So Morata is in his vision angle. And because the opponent's defensive midfielder close to Kulusevski from right, Kulusevski can't pass to Bentancur when he takes the ball, but he can pass to Morata. When Morata takes the ball, Bentancur will be in a geometrically great position. If you look at the triangle which occurs by Bentancur, Morata and Kulusevski, this triangle is useful and has balance. So as you see, all their movements and positionings are geometrically brilliant. And if Bentancur takes the ball from Morata, he can score goal easily because when Morata pulled the opponent's left stopper to himself, also the distance between left stopper and right stopper increased. It means when Bentancur moves diagonal and takes the ball from Morata, the opponent's right stopper can't cover Bentancur quickly. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope this video can be beneficial for you. You can follow my Twitter and Instagram account, and also you can check my blog. May football be with you.